Welcome back to an episode of Minecraft, and today we're going to be talking about RANBOO and the Dream SMP. So we're going to be talking about RANBOO's character and, all the things he's done to this point, so anybody who doesn't know about the stuff going on right now can get caught up, because I sure as hell didn't. I didn't know anything about RANBOO before I researched for this video. I think he's just very quickly came into, like, the spotlight of the SMP, and now everybody's like, wait, what's going on? Other than his, like, viewers, of course. Alright, if you end up enjoying this video, make sure to like and subscribe, it really helps me out. Also, I have a second channel, link in the description, I do shorts on there, they're really cool, I'd recommend checking them out. Alright, hope you enjoyed the video. So anyway, we'll start talking about, like, the obvious, and then get into the conflicts and stuff that's happened. So, first, he's got two halves. One side is Enderman, and the other side is unknown. People have some theories, but he's never confirmed anything, so yeah, we really just don't know yet. Now, with this Enderman half, that brings a few things. One, water causes pain, and he can't, like, keep eye contact. Apparently, he starts tearing up, and, tears are water, and, causes pain. He also has silk touch hands. He can pick up spawners and cake. Very, very useful things. The spawners turn into pig spawners, though, because of the server and the way Minecraft works, but he can pick them up. Techno thinks he'll learn to teleport in the future, and so do I. I think these Enderman traits are slowly coming out bit by bit, just like he didn't have Silk Touch in the past. I think he'll definitely be able to teleport in the future. And also something that an Enderman doesn't really have, but he does, is his sleepwalk state. He calls it the enderwalk state. It's a decent name, okay, but anyway, with this, it's similar to sleepwalking. He doesn't know why it happens yet, but it usually happens after times of stress, like going inside the panic room, which I'll talk about later in the video. So in this sleepwalk state, he actually talks in the alien alphabet, which is kind of similar to the enchantment table language. If you want to know a little bit about what it looks like, it's just a bunch of symbols. I don't know if that's been a thing before the SMP or if he just made it up, but either way, it's kind of cool. No. And also in this sleepwalk state, he actually can keep eye contact, so you'll see him doing that whenever he's keeping very direct eye contact with somebody else. He's probably in this state, which is a cool touch. And also, one other thing that's been noticed about this eye contact is apparently he can paralyze people. It's only ever been done to Captain Puffy before, but I wonder if we'll see any more of that in the future. He also has really bad short-term memory, and this is where the basis of his character and most of his problems come from. His short-term memory is so bad that he has to write in a book, otherwise he'll just forget anything that's ever happened to him. A lot of the early and, like, problems that are happening now comes from him, like, losing these books somehow. He's, like, very disorganized in his inventory and in his chest, so kind of just misplaces them a lot, also through wars and, like, dying and stuff, and this is where a lot of the problems come from. Because in some of the books, he writes some very personal stuff about, like, things that he's done that other people should probably not hear, so people find getting these books isn't really the greatest of things to ever happen to him. Now, to cope with some of the stresses of losing the book, he built a panic room where he can go into and, just talk to himself and panicking. And yeah, it's about everything you need to know about RANBOO. So we can start talking about some things that happened to him up to this point in the SMP. So the first major problem that he had was losing his first, like, memory book after the fall of L'Manberg. Dream got this book and then started claiming that he did things that he didn't even remember doing. Dream revealed that he was a traitor and, headed to the panic room to start panicking about what was going on. Now, here in the panic room, we first get introduced to the voice, which is pretty much just Dream's voice, and the first time he heard it, it just kind of confirmed to him that he actually did the things Dream was claiming him to do. The voice, like, convinces him that he's unstable and people shouldn't trust him, and that really, gets to him. So the Dream voice convinces him that, like, he's unstable because the voice doesn't even exist, and, anybody who's just straight up hearing voices is probably not the most stable person in the world. And then after this, he starts arguing with people in L'Manberg after L'Manberg's fall, and then moves in with, like, Bill and Techno. And the next major problem happened when he revisited the panic room. He went in there to, like, get his pets, but of course heard the voices again talking to him. So the voice told him that it's actually a part of him, and the only time he actually hears it is in the panic room. And the voice then, like, convinced him that he blew up the community house and, like, helped Dream get TNT for the fight. And actually gave proof by, like, telling him to break open a wall in the panic room, and there was just boxes of TNT in there. So this voice, knows what he's talking about. And that's when RANBOO, spiraled back into his emotionally unstable state and, like, ended the stream with a smiley face. The Dream smile, except it had a RANBOO crown on top. Kind of a cool picture. Now, RANBOO couldn't take that the voice was actually right, so he went back Rambo, he went to deny, but the voice told him more things and gave him more evidence to back it up, which made Rambo have to believe it even further. It pointed about things that he didn't even know about. It told him about the sleepwalking, which that's how he found out. He didn't even know he sleptwalked until then. You know, since the voice is always with him, it actually knows things that he did during this sleepwalking state. And he proved this with a disc claim. He said that Rambo actually took one of Tommy's discs, and then when Rambo went to check back at his base, he actually had the disc. So the voice has just told nothing but truths. And Rambo's, memory problems makes it even worse, because he doesn't even remember doing it. Now, after the Dream SMP finale, Rambo went to edit in his memory book and found that he couldn't actually edit it at all. And then after that, he started hearing Melahide, the disc, coming straight from the panic room, so he went to, check it out. He took the discs out of the jukebox, which was actually playing, and then went back to Philza in his house now. And then, still heard the disc. I don't know why that was happening. Realistically, it was definitely just Spotify, which is kind of funny to think about, but canonically, he was still hearing the disc. This made him curious, and he went back into the panic room, and, the voice started talking to him and everything. So, being curious as to why that happened, he went back into the room to check it out again. Of course, he heard the voice there and, finally confronted it, and actually convinced himself that the voice was wrong, so, he kind of beat the voice right then and there. After he, freed himself from the voice, he could suddenly edit his memory book again, so it kind of seemed like the voice was gone. This is where the stream actually ended, though, with the same dream smile that usually happens when he abruptly ends his streams, except this time, the crown was flashing, and it was Morse code for "it's not over yet." So, a little foreshadowing there. The next day, he gained his Silk Touch Enderman trait, and then the next big thing that happened was the most recent one, his visit to the prison. Now, this whole stream was pretty much a fever dream, but it started with the normal, protocol of him going into the prison, except the fact that Awesome Dude was actually acting a lot differently. Awesome Dude was super, relaxed for some reason and allowed him to, let his memory book in, something he's never done in the past with the other two people that have visited the prison. And once he got into the cell, Dream started calling him his best friend, which was very obvious that it wasn't the truth. Along with, calling him his best friend, he was like, "Why are you acting different, Rambo?" And this makes me infer that he's actually referring to the Enderman state, the Dreamwalk state of Rambo. Now, he's friends with actually this state, not the real one, which is kind of problematic. And then Dream started talking in third person, which showed something was up, because this isn't something normal Dream would do. Dream started sounding more and more like the voice inside Rambo's head, and the prison cell is eerily familiar to the panic room as well, so this really made sense. And after giving more evidence to back those claims up, Rambo starts panicking again. The walls start crumbling around Rambo as he teleports up into the prison. And then Dream ends the conversation with "I'm not even real," and disappears, which confirms that this whole thing isn't real. The next day he goes to check if this was actually a dream, because he thinks it was a dream. And then when he goes into the prison to talk with Dream, Awesome Dude asks some questions like he usually does. Rambo, says that he hasn't visited before, and Awesome Dude's like, "No, you have." And they get into a huge argument because Rambo knows that he didn't visit because he thinks it was just a dream. Awesome Dude then further goes and he's like, "I even let you bring your memory book in. How you're supposed to remember, I let you do this just so you remembered." And then after Rambo keeps denying, Awesome Dude actually gives him signed books that he rewrote in alien language as proof. And this is undeniable proof that Rambo actually did go there. And then Rambo said he couldn't tell Awesome Dude what was going on, and Awesome Dude got all mad and he's like, "Alright, I'm not letting you in the prison." And Rambo's like, "Good, never let me in the prison, no matter what, because I don't think he wanted his Enderman state going back." And then he realizes that Awesome Dude actually said that he let a memory book in, but he didn't have that memory book. This makes him realize that there's actually a memory book that the Enderman guy has, the Enderman state has, that he doesn't want letting out, because that could incriminate him to actually get sent into the prison. Now his goal is to go find and destroy that book, because if it gets into the wrong hands, that's kind of the end of Ranboo. And that's the story of Ranboo up to this point. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. Also, check out the descriptions. I got a second channel now, a Twitter, a Discord, all really good choices if you want to, engage more with the clart community. Oh man, that is such a huge community. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Comment below if you want more Ranboo vids. Bye!